Hello, I'm going to make a self-indulgent video about Don Chorus. So if you don't want to listen to some kid
Guy.
on the internet ramble on for about 5 to 10 minutes about a furry visual novel on the internet, then you might want to go ahead and click off and find a different page. But oh my god, I love this game so much, and it's my biggest hyperfixation for the last 5 years of my life now, I think. So I'm going to force you to listen to me talk about it because I don't have anyone else to talk about this with, and I think that if anyone else tries to talk to me about it, I think they're actually going to rip my goddamn head off. So let's talk a little bit about Don Chorus. So Don Chorus, in case you don't know, which fair enough, is according to the itch.io page, a wholesome, non-linear furry romance visual novel set in Norway, where it takes place over the course of a couple of days, where you bond with people, you get to know your friends, you discover secrets, and make friends and stuff. And this is a very unassuming premise for a game. I'm not gonna lie. I did not come into this because I thought it would be a good story. Like I thought, oh, it's a very pretty game, right? But I'm not gonna lie. When I was getting into this, I was not thinking, oh boy, a really great game. I was thinking, hot man tits. I want now, and so I clicked on it. No one. Why to roof? Oh my God, I'm why I'm so sad. I cannot have to roof. Oh God, oh Jesus. Um, but I do think that the whole game overall is fantastic, and you should go play it. If you don't like finishing or like reading incomplete stories, then that's completely okay because this is a incomplete story or incomplete story, which means that it isn't finished yet, even after 5 years. Kyo updates the game about once a month with early updates to the Patreon, and the updates have been coming very steadily. I do think that we'll have a finished story sometime within the next couple of years, one maybe two. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. Right? I think primarily my interest with this game is just because it's so different compared to other furry visual novels. Most of them are very like dramatic and thriller esque, but this is a very casual, very chill game that's just you experiencing a study camp for like a week, and it's so cozy. It's the most cozy game ever, I would say. Um, there is a side game that you can play that was made by Kyo. It's called Broken Harbors, but I do think it costs money. It's $4 on itch.io, or you can subscribe to their Patreon for it. I did buy it. I will admit that primarily because after playing the main Adon Chorus game, I got so emotionally moved that I broke into tears for the first time genuinely. Um, this game broke me. I'm not joking about that. When I went into Don Cornus, I went in hoping and expecting for a lot of horny material, and I came out of it a sobbing fucking mess. This is primarily because I did not expect this story to be so emotionally compelling. It does a similar thing to Adastra, another furry visual novel, which I will not get into because then this video will never goddamn end. Um, it starts off similar to Adastra, where it's like pretending to like tempt you, similar to the Keith Ballard video, sorry, where he discusses Adastra and how it starts off by like making it very self-indulgent and very, I hate to say homoerotic, but it's very erotic, right? They're trying to make you lustful for the characters because that's what people are here for, and you see that in the itch.io page with Rune being shirtless. So like you can like it's not exactly the same playbook as Adastra, but there are like similar elements where like in the first like few pages before the title screen you have a makeout session with Rune, and so like it's clearly attempting you to talk about this, right? You go into the story expecting like horny material, but you come out of it and the only horny character, which I am ashamed to admit I did pick, I always pick the red flags. God damn it. Uh, he ended up being my nightmare. So, oops, that's my bad. Anyways, I, I think that you should definitely go play it. The art is gorgeous. The music is gorgeous. And I'm not going to spoil it, but some scenes left me emotionally distraught. It's honestly the most. I am willing to make the argument for the most compelling story, but if only for me in personally. Um, there are complaints I have about it because I don't want to come off as entirely biased. I do have complaints. One being, I prefer the old sprites before one of the updates, but that's entirely my prerogative. Kyo, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I think the new sprites are great, but I just like the old ones better. I'm sorry. I don't like change. Please forgive me. Anyways, that's the majority of what I wanted to talk about. If any of you want to go talk to me about this, please do, because I really need someone desperately. I am begging anyone. God damn it. Ah!